Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our very own club meeting. Monday, 7 a.m. Oregon time. It can be afternoon in your side of the world, can be evening like myself and Melva. Welcome. Let's get started. And because I'm also the president, I would like to thank everybody for being here, especially our member or our jewels. Hi, everyone. You are the jewels of our clubs. To the guests, welcome, Farata. Welcome to RSS. We hope that you enjoy the meeting. And if it is 1 hour, we can participate, we can include you in the topic, that will be fantastic. Thank you. And then I think that's all. And I just would like to say that Toastmaster International has been 97 years in this earth since 1927, 1924, right? And this club is one from 16,000 clubs around the world in 145 countries. I think everybody knows about this. And this club has been 15 years now. So we meet every Monday. Farata, you are always welcome in our club. Let's get started. Our TMOT today is very special, coming from Indonesia with her very beautiful smile. Melva, take it over.
Okay, all right. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Welcome back. And today I am as Toastmaster of the day. And this meeting we have 3 sessions. That is prepare speech, table topic session, and the last evaluation. So guys, for leading this meeting, I'm not alone. I have a team. That is grammarian, accountant, timer, and GE. And now I want to introduce you our team. That is grammarian. Tiger, please welcome. Screen is yours. Where is Tiger?
Well, good morning, everybody. Good evening, good afternoon. I will be your grammarian today. I'm going to be looking for excellent usage of the English language. I will also note if there's any very poor usage, which I'm sure there won't be. I will be giving a quiz at the end, so make sure and practice your listening skills. Back to you, Miss Toastmaster of the day.
Okay, thanks so much, Tiger. Oh my God, I really get nervous because already long time I didn't come this meeting. Well, next, our role taker, our timer, Yasmin Talwala. Yasmin, the screen is yours.
Thank you very much. I'm very glad to take up the role of timer after a long time. So please bear with me with my time indicators. This is green, which indicates the minimum time limit. For example, in the case of speakers, it's going to be 5 minutes. For table topics, it's going to be 1 minute. So this is the minimal time limit. The yellow basically means that now you should think of wrapping up because you have 1 more minute to go. And this red basically means it's time up. And this is something you should think of concluding. So I will be noting your time and I will report towards the end. Thank you and back to you.
You're welcome, Yasmin. And next, our counter, Samantha. Samantha, the time is yours.
Thank you. Fellow Toastmasters and wonderful guests, my role will be counter, and I will note any words that are used as a crutch or a filler, any repeats, any words like yeah, but, so. At the end of the meeting, I will report on the usage of these words. And back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, that's it. And let's move on to our first session, that is prepared speech. And this session, we have 3 speakers. And our first speakers, that is Christina. Christina, her pathway is visionary communication, L1 icebreaker. She needs speaks 4 to 6 minutes. Christina, are you ready?
Sure.
Okay, Christina, time is yours.
Fellow Toastmasters and welcome guests. Do you have recurring themes in your lives? I do, and today I'm going to share two. I noticed the first very early in life, but the second took a lot longer for me to appreciate. My family's from Ireland, and I grew up in Nottingham in the Midlands of England. Have any of you heard of Robin Hood? Yeah, one or two there. Yes, a few people have heard of Robin Hood. Well, he was based in Nottingham. I grew up with my parents, grandmother, and 2 cats. We had no other family living close by, but were part of a small Irish community. But we had relatives scattered all over the world. As a young kid, I realised that this was very different from my friends' families, who may have had people just down the road and who got to spend a lot of time together. But in contrast, we had infrequent but exciting visitations from relatives. At the time, to a little girl, they seemed to be from exotic parts of the world. And exotic really meant that it was too far or too expensive for us to travel to them. We got to visit the Irish and the French contingent, but everybody else came to us. I had an aunt who was based in Hong Kong and travelled extensively. She would send me postcards from places I'd never heard of, and I'd excitedly go to look at the atlas or the globe to find out where those places were. And on her rare visits, she'd regale us with amazing stories of the Far East and other parts of the world that she'd got to see. She was creative and lots of fun to be around. And in contrast, our lives just seemed humdrum. From an early age, I knew I wanted something more, to travel and experience other cultures. Many of my friends and employers are from overseas, and I found that the differences and subtleties of the various cultures fascinating, even within the English-speaking world. Over the years, I was lucky to take some amazing trips. And of course, travel is so much more accessible now, although not right now, that the term exotic has been reclassified to mean somewhere it takes a really long time to get to. So now America and Australia are off that list. But there's still some postcard locations that I've not visited and many more that I've added myself. I have a large world map on the kitchen wall. My second theme is that I was brought up to question and not take things at face value. I was curious and wanted to understand. But as a kid who asked a lot of questions, that didn't always go down too well. It took me time to understand that that aspect of my personality that I was most criticised for could become one of my greatest strengths. There are always 2 or more sides to every story, and how events were portrayed in the media wasn't always the full story, as history has shown us many times. That theme of asking sometimes difficult questions has served me well throughout my career. And it's taught me that we don't always have to follow the crowd, and we can aspire to something different. Every now and again, it's time for us to reinvent ourselves and start a new chapter in our lives. My big change was in 2005 when I left London, where I'd lived happily for over 20 years. I moved to a small, pretty market town, Wokingham in Berkshire. I'd considered the move for a really long time, but everyone thought I was mad. I wanted to get away from the traffic, the noise, the pollution. I wanted a house with the luxury of a driveway where I could park my car right outside the door and to have a garden. I'm thrilled to have been in my current place for 15 years and that the move was a huge success. I love the quality of life here and lots of things fell into place and became easier. In fact, my only regret was not having moved years earlier. It took me time to own my vision and then follow it against just about everybody's advice. I think of the family and the friends who've inspired me, who've shown me what was possible, where I could go, what I could do, who were for me the shining light in the darkness, the lighthouses to guide me, to scratch the surface, to not be afraid to ask uncomfortable questions or shy away from the crowd. Do you have a vision? Who are your lighthouses? Madam Toastmaster.
Okay, thanks, Christina. Thanks for sharing your story. I do love your story. That was nice. That was nice to hear that. Okay, guys, let's move on to our next speaker. There is our Mr. President, Ms. Ayu Anantia. Her pathway is visionary communication, L5 elective, leading in your volunteer organization, and her title is Roseburg Speakers and Storytellers. Wow. Ms. Ayu, are you ready?
Do you ever take an opportunity that lies in front of you and just do? May 2020, I joined Roseburg Speaker and Storyteller and directly over as a VPE. I even asked Tiger that time, what is VPE? Vice President of Membership. Vice President of Education. That's true. He said at the beginning, Vice President of Membership. And I said, it's not E, it's M. Oh, sorry. That's what he said. That's actually what happened. So he is the one who hold my hand in every step on how to do this role. He just said, actually, fill the agenda with role taker and work with member and show me how to do that. Every problem, I just go and refer to his advice. I do ask some of the senior members like Michelle, and I think at that time we have Vicky too, the very beginning, also Federico as our club coach. I accept that VPE just because three things. The first, wow, vice president, huh? I never been a vice president. Okay, right? So the second thing is, even though I don't know what the duties and the advantage, I'm mostly concerned and curious about what is that? What should I do? I'm willing to learn. And the third, because I'm very concerned, or I was think Toastmaster was new for me at that time. And I do fall deep in love with Toastmasters. So I say yes. I go through the website of Toastmaster International, and I think by now I can say I did almost everything. For example, in the manual, when I open, they have three things. Whatever I need to do in the club meetings, in the outside meeting, and as an exco. So for you all who wants to be VP later on, I will share what is that in the manual and what I did. In the club meeting, before arrival, upon arrival, and during. So before meeting, I will fill the agenda with role takers from the members. I support the members for those who don't know how to do the rules, and then send the agenda. Always, my timing is always 24 hours before the actual day. And then upon arrival, 3 things that I did. Verify the role taker, like what Jasmine did today. Put the agenda in the chat and make sure guests are welcome and participating. The third, now during the meeting, what I did, I always pay attention on meeting flow. If the timer drop out, I just go and replace her for a while. That's the example. And then the second one, I pay close attention on member progress. The fluency, is the speech the same or in line with the purpose of the speech? And then take note of who attends. Always. So I always know, and I now can say last term, more than 60% member participating every week. So the next one is outside meeting. What did I do? The first one is orient new member. This is related to the pathways and Fitosos as our website. Also assign mentor for this person. What else? Guess what? It's not just that. I become a proud council member of the area, of the division, of the district, and always invited in district council meeting. The third thing is preparing my successor, which is Yasmin. And then as an exco, what did I do? I give educational report. I prepared the speech contest, and as a VPE is the second rank after club president. So if president not there, then I will have to take over the meeting and lead that. So I can say I'm lucky to be Roseburg and speaker and Storytellers VPE last term, as that give me so many insights about Toastmasters as an organization and what it is for me. As an organization, like I said, the area, division, district, region, even the international. On the other side is Pathway Basecamp, what is DTM, and also the networking side. And what is that for me? 3 things. My English. I'm become aware now that my English is more fluent. I can. Christina is nodding. Thank you, Christina. I was like, and now it's like it's coming out. Even I dream in English. And then my vocabulary is rich, is richer. The confident on pronunciation. The second one is my leadership. Now I know how to organize online meeting or live meeting. The second one on leadership is how to look and persuade people. This is I learned in Toastmaster. Hey, you, how about Christina become Toastmaster of the day next week? Christina, you can do it. You're assistant Toastmaster. That's what I always say. But the fact is, she is. And then the international connection. The last thing is the technology. Now I know about Zoom, about website. I never do email before. Now I know that the Americans use email like WhatsApp. And then the last one is other platform like LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram, which I never do. So fellow Toastmaster ladies and gentlemen, do you ever take an opportunity in front of you and just do? Toastmaster.
Okay, thanks Miss Ayu for sharing your experience. Oh my God, okay. So let's move on. our next speaker, that is Kunang. Wow, Kunang, congratulations. You start your L1. Kunang, are you there? Hello, Kunang.
Hi, I'm here.
Okay. Kunang's pathway is team collaboration, L2, active listening. And her time is 5 to 7 minutes. Kunang, the time is yours.
Thank you. Dear fellow Toastmasters and most welcome guests, and thank you, Miss Toastmaster today. My speech title today is My Leadership Style. How do I found my leadership style? At the first time, I didn't know what is leadership style mean for me. I found it after I take an action at my school, at my work, without knowing that I have that leadership style until I go to Toastmaster International, and then I did the test, and then I got three top leadership styles that is my favorite. The first style is affiliative. What is affiliative mean for me in real life? I lead by emphasizing teamwork and harmony and collaborative focus on emotional needs. For example, at my school, I am working as a children council. We have a meeting one time a week. One time a month. So every month we have a meeting. During a meeting, I inspire my students to express their emotional and their physical needs. I am listening to them to understand about them. So when we focus on their need, we can understand the problems. So when we say their problems clearly, we can solve the problem for the children really well. Some students, they express themselves and they suggest us about storybooks. It is my favorite too. Storybooks is the part of powerful education for the children because we learn from the stories. And the other group of the students, they suggest us about the nice playground because as a child, even though we are a human being, we still need to take activities. So children need to play a lot at schools and even at home. During break time, they need to play outside the class. For me, sometimes I'm playing with my children. Yes, playing rope. Yes, sometimes something like that. And the other leadership style, my leadership style is altruistic. Altruistic. I normally go closely to the person that having the problems. For example, my students. Some of the students, they came from the poorest family and from the unhappy families. So during the meeting, they are so difficult to express their feeling, to express their opinion. They cannot, they doesn't have any encouragement from the inside to speak what they want. So I need to go closely to them to make them feel comfortable and sharing what is in their mind. This is very effectively leadership style, because when we build the confidence and build the comfortable situation with each other, the student can share their experience, can share what is in their mind very well. This is, I think, it's also my active listening, because I am willing to listening to my children, and then we can solve the problem for them very well. After that, they feeling more confident at school. Next time, they can share their experience and their opinion. And the other side of my leadership style is that democratic. Democratic is at my number 4 of leadership style. I normally working at team building because I like team building. Working as a team can make us achieve more. I'm willing to listen to the people who are working with me. For example, at the school, where during the meeting, I inspiring the other teachers to speak, to share their experience, to share their opinion about their teaching, about the problem with the children, and then we solve the problems together. For example, some teachers, they said that they are difficult to speak with the children who have some problems with their family. So I'm inspiring them. We should go close to them and asking them about the problem that they having at the family. Face to face means only one teacher and one student. So they will feel comfortable to share their experience. And for example, with the children, I am also encourage and inspiring my children to work as the team, to work at the group, the small group with their friends, because this point can make them achieve the task more. For example, I have a small plan to plant a trees at school. My students, they say, teacher, we can plant it, but we need you to come with us. I think sometimes we need to, as a leader, we need to work with our team. Sometimes we are leader, but sometimes we are also follower. We need to listen to the voice of our follower and the people around us. To be a good leader, we need to be a good listener. So thank you. Back to you.
Wow, that's great story. I take a learn from you. I take listen from you. We need to listen first before we express our thought. All right, that's our speaker. And next, our session, that is table topic session. And this session, that's not me for leading. And there is lead by Ishel. Ishel, are you ready?
Yes, hello. Oh, sorry for don't write in the name my activity. Sorry,
Okay.
Melba. Yes, today I'm for the topic. Hello, good day, everyone. My name is Ixchel Sasmendi. We are going to speak consistently and improving you and this is a topic for speak more a little more, please. You will have 1 minute or 2 minutes to speak for this topic. I have 8 pictures, so you can choose whatever you want, and then because in this picture have some questions. Amy, would you like to participate? Yes? Okay, let me show the picture. This is This is one for a lamp. Then we have the moon. We have a star. Morning. A little leaf. Cake. Time. And a child. What do you want?
I'll go with the four-leaf clover.
Okay, the leaf. Okay. The question is, oh, wait. When was the last time you feel like a lucky person, and what was about that?
Lovely question. When was the last time I felt like a lucky person, and what was it about that? I would say I felt like a very lucky person yesterday. I got to go to the first large outdoor event that, well, it wasn't particularly large because obviously we can't really have very large events at all at the moment, but it's the first time I think in a year and a half that I've heard live music, and I was able to have a little bit of a dance, and I felt really lucky to hear the music and to be able to sing with other people and to just move around. And it didn't rain, and in Ireland that's pretty unusual, so that's even more luck. The sun even came out for a little bit. So all in all, to have that and to just share it with some people, it was really lovely. So even just with yesterday, I can say I felt like a very lucky person. So thank you very much.
Okay, Amy, thank you very much for your experience. Okay, well, for the next picture, Barata, would you like to participate? Okay. Okay. Which picture do you like to choose?
Anything. I'm perfectly fine with anything because, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Anyone? Okay. What
about the child with the books, I think.
Ah, okay. Yes. It's here.
Okay.
Have you had a wish since your childhood that you wanted to be real?
Good evening, everyone. My childhood wish that wanted to be real, definitely there was one thing that I always wanted, but it didn't happen. I want to be a doctor, particularly a neurosurgeon. But then when I was doing A-levels, my father said, no, you cannot do it. You can't be in the bio stream. You have to be in the math stream. I wish that became real. That was my childhood. It's not only the wish, it was my passion. It was my, shall I say, sometimes the wishes changes, but that had never changed it. Ultimately, neither I became an engineer nor doctor. I became an accountant, finance and management professional. Now I'm active volunteer. And now I feel in some way I'm connected to that field, in not as a doctor, but making, should I say, keeping the children happy. I help with children's hospital. Those children are dialysis. They have the dialysis. So if you know dialysis, till I went there, I never knew about it. I heard that term dialysis, that's all. But they are hooked to a huge machine, and then they will be that blood will be taking, and then they will be purified and putting it back. It takes about 4 to 5 hours. So that time, those children can't go to school because they have to do, I think, thrice a week or 4 times a week. So what happens is you just impart whatever the knowledge, just read a book and make them happy, really the parent, really the mother, so that they can do it. Only then I realized how lucky I am, because I have perfectly blessed, the children who with the pink of health. That gave me that shall I say, experience that, to be thankful and everything. So my childhood wish to be a doctor. I'm not a doctor, but still I'm with the children. I'm connected to the hospital. So yeah, thank you. Back to you.
Wow, excellent, Barata. Yes, and it's nice to be a child all the time. Thank you. Okay. Now, I don't know, Federico, would you like to enjoy with us?
Sure, Shell.
Okay.
I think the cake will be a good choice.
Yes. Which would you
The
like?
cake. I remember I saw a cake.
A cake. Ah, yes. It's here. Okay. The question is, do you have routine or special way to ask for, sorry, I have a dim for wishes?
Yes, when I have something in mind, I keep spamming people that I want to do something. Many people see me as a talker because I'm constantly telling to the people, I want to get a PhD, I want to get a scholarship, I want to do this. And I constantly say the same thing once, twice, 50, 100, or even more times. When I have something in mind, wherever I go, I say the same thing. But in parallel, I'm working in my wishes. Because many people, when you are a talker, it's like you only talk and tell stories. But behind that, in order to accomplish something, you need to be an overworker, not a hard worker. Because a hard worker is not enough. You need to be an overworker and to give the 50 extra miles. I didn't say the extra mile, the 50 extra miles. That means that you're not going to sleep, that you're going to go to wherever is required, that you're going to cross whatever barrier is going to block you. And you constantly tell everyone that what you want. And you might say, but why you tell the same things to everyone? For two reasons. The first one, it creates a pressure in yourself that if you don't do the things, you are a liar. So you have not many choices. Either you make it or you make it. If you don't make it, then you are a liar. The second one, you never know who can help you. You never know. In my case, in order to get my scholarship to come to Poland, I was in a lunch when I met a completely random person who told me, hey, there is a guy called Mr. Cornejo, who is the person in charge of the scholarships. I have never heard about that guy. I ran a gate to speak with him. I didn't request an appointment. I immediately entered in his room. I didn't care about what his secretary said. And I just spoke to him. And that's how I came to Poland. But that's the thing. If I had never shared the same thing constantly, it will never happen. But you need to build at the same time the trust and the proof. So when the moment comes, you have what is required to make it happen. Back to you, Jill.
Oh, yes. Thank you very much, Federico. Yes, we need to keep in mind our wishes. Yes. Akif, would you like to participate with us?
Yeah, sure.
Yes. Okay. Which picture would you like to choose?
Yeah, green leaves. No, this stock market thing which you have shown.
Ah, with the money?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. What does financial freedom mean to you?
Yeah, thanks, Ashil, for giving me this opportunity. Topic for me is, what does financial freedom mean to you? So I'll just give a disclaimer that very recently I started doing this financial analysis, and I tried to find out, how to do investment and how to save money. Then I started looking after what is the freedom that we are looking forward to. And I believe the freedom which we are looking to is there is no burden to earn. And every day you're not running around your job. So you make a way to have a passive source of incomes. So there are two sources of incomes. One is active source of income. The other one is passive source of income. Active source of income is where we go for a job or we do certain activities. We have our own businesses wherein we get money. But there we have to put all our efforts, and every day we have to put do that job. Second is passive source of income, wherein you get certain investment done and money flows into your bank account, even if you don't do anything. Like if you have a building which is given on rent, passive income will come to you. You don't have to work for that. So first one which I have learned for financial freedom is to get passive source of income. The second one is we should have minimum 3 to 4 sources of income. So one gentleman has said that if you have only one source of income, so you're just one step ahead of what is it? One step ahead of like poor lifestyles. Like it's if you have only one source of income. So if you have a job, if that job is gone, you're nothing. So the second learning is to have more than 3 or 4 source of income. It's like you can have a job, you can have certain passive income routes, you can have certain activities or social media account somewhere wherein it's a part of your interest and you are earning certain money as well. So that is what financial freedom means to me. Back to Ashel.
Thank you, Akbil. Thank you. Okay, I don't know, Melba, if we have time for another question or just until here.
I think we are done. We can move to next station, Excel. I'm so sorry.
Okay, well, thank you for everyone.
All right, that's nice question. I have inclination feel fear in total taxation. I don't know why, and I wish I could break it. And let's move on to our last session, that is evaluation session. And this session will be led by Nizar, our GA. Nizar, the screen is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster of today. I think it's evaluation time. I'm going to start with the prepared speeches evaluation and help me welcoming the first evaluator, Amy, evaluating Christina's speech. Over to you, Amy.
Thank you very much, Nizar. I have the pleasure to evaluate Christina's beautiful icebreaker today. This was a lovely speech and it was very visual. Personally, for me, I could imagine a young Christina in the countryside with her granny and her cat and receiving these postcards from her aunt and then running up and checking the map to see all these other exotic places around the world. And there was beautiful language and it just really drew a beautiful, created great imagery in my mind. And I suspect the same for everyone else. So I'd really like to commend Christina on her beautiful use of language and choice of words. The speech had, it worked around two points that tied in then at the end when Christina asked us those questions of vision and lighthouse, and that I see it tied in with this looking, the curiosity, the travel, and then the questioning and all these aspects of the young Christina that came through in her life and sculpted who she became and allowed her to create this vision. And then she received that vision. So it was quite a powerful speech as well as an icebreaker. A recommendation would be around Christina asked me to look out to see if she was checking notes, and to be honest, I couldn't see that. I think you were grand. I think it was good.
I think Amy is frozen.
I thought that I am the one who got frozen.
Yeah.
I was checking my internet connection. So we'll get back to Amy when she go back. Hopefully with this, I think we should move on with our second evaluator, Michelle. Evaluator, our president. Ayu. Over to you, Michelle.
Thank you very much, Nizar. And thank you, Ayu. Wow. I was listening to you sharing your journey as a volunteer leader in Toastmasters and getting a playback in my mind of how you were. I remember when you said you joined in May 2020 RSS. Before that, you actually had joined Global Trainers Online and you had started attending workshops online. I remember you attended the club coach. I think you were about 2 months or 2 months and a half. So what you were sharing in your speech, I personally knew was not only true, but you were too humble in your speech. You did not mention more accomplishments as a volunteer in Toastmasters. I just love the way that you organized it. You had a timeline. You were talking about when you joined and then you were immediately asked to become the vice president of education, even if you didn't even know what that was. I also loved your use of dialogue. You had this conversation between you and Tiger of him saying VP M and you wondering, what? That's M, not E. I love that. And the message itself, just saying yes, just accepting, and how much you learned, the gains, the benefits you had. Like I posted in the chat in case you didn't see it, that speech should be required viewing for anyone who is thinking of becoming an officer, regardless of what role. Now, because I'm seeing you not just as being a leader in a club, but you're also a leader in the area, and who knows, beyond the area. Here's a couple of suggestions, especially in our online world. I noticed that you had, your background had white, and then there was the door. And I don't know about the others, but personally, I was a bit distracted. I kept on looking at the door and wondering what would happen if somebody opened the door and tried to come in while you were speaking. So that kind of distracted me. You might want to move your computer a little bit. Like you can see with my background, it's almost aligned. Now, if I moved it a bit, then there would be other things that would come in the background. So that's one. And then second, you had gestures where you were using the count, but sometimes I got confused. You would say second or first, but you were showing 3. So I think unless you practice the fingers, and I know because I also do the wrong finger count sometimes, or my finger gets stuck, you might want to not keep on gesturing unless it's the right number matching your words. But other than that, I really loved your organization. I loved the use of dialogue, and especially I loved the message. It was so powerful. And I look forward to you rising further as a volunteer in Toastmasters. Back to you.
Wow, Michelle, I'm going to comment on your evaluation after we finish the evaluation session. Amy, I think you were talking about the areas of improvement for Christina, right? So can we give you a 1 to 2 minutes to finish your evaluation? All right, so join me in welcoming Amy.
Thank you very much. Sorry about that, I got kicked out. What I was saying was, yeah, there at times it felt like the speech was going a little slowly, and I don't know if that was that you were worrying about what you were trying to say, or you were checking your notes, whatever. So I wonder with that, is it to bring in a bit of movement or a bit of like body language or just something else that kind of fills those seconds and even gives you, if you're thinking about something, if you do a little thing like that, we're captivated with that. So it just buy you that time, and it will also like bring that little bit more energy, because like was so descriptive and it was so beautiful that when you had said about like the young Christina going off to the wall, if you had done like a little young Christina going off to the wall and you just bring in these little animations, I think it really would have taken it to the next level. Overall, it was a fantastic speech, really powerful starting. We had 2 great questions, and then we had the ending, which was really powerful as well, where we had that question, what is your vision and who is your lighthouse? So it just allowed all of us to think back. So it just, yeah, powerful speech. Well done. Just to bring in a little bit more animation or something there, just to give it that second level of energy. But overall, fantastic speech, great icebreaker. So well done, Christina.
Wow, Amy, you came back very strong. It's like the Olympiad. Thank you. Fantastic speech and fantastic evaluation. And I'm going to ask Rukaya. You are evaluating Conan. Over to you.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Conan, I really like the way you always come smiling. That makes listening to the speech so much more interesting. Firstly, the thing which I liked the most was you giving examples to make your points more clear. That was really, really nice. I really like the point you said that we as a leader sometimes need to work with our team so we can understand them more nicely. Is very true, because when we fit ourselves in others' shoe, then only we can understand them more well. The only recommendation I would like to make is when you are delivering a speech, you can just change your tone a little bit, sometimes up, sometimes high. That makes our speech more interesting. And when you are ending or finishing your speech, you can just change your vocal tone a bit so the audience might be able to make out that you are ending it, and it sort of gives a completion to your speech. Otherwise, overall, I liked your speech a lot, and thank you and all the best. Back to you.
Thank you, Rukaya. Is this your first time as evaluator? Wow,
Yes,
your mentor is nodding. I commend you on that. Congratulations. Spot on, and you were so courageous. You highlighted areas of improvement, and you were so encouraging in evaluating Konang. She's happy and she's smiling now. Thank you so much. I would like to say about Amy's evaluation as well. She said a very strength point in her evaluation about Christina. She said visualization. And I thought she used visual aids and she didn't use visual aids. Then she said about how Christina created a presence in our mind when she created her story in the countryside. It's a very strong point in the evaluation. A very strong evaluation. Michelle, you are so yourself, Michelle, in your evaluation. I really like your style, and you know that you knew that Ayu is harsh on herself when she evaluating in herself. So you revealed that the greatness on how great Ayu is as a VPE and as a leader in the XCOM. And I really liked your areas of improvement. So well done, everyone, on that. Let me call on our immediate past president, Tiger. Are you ready to give your grammarian report?
Well, thank you, Mr. GE. Am I audio? Am I visual?
Yes, sir. You
Isn't
are driving.
Isn't that what we say before a contest? Yes, I can see you. I can hear you. Okay. We had some really good uses of language. There was one word that got overused, and that was really, which I just used as a filler. We need to be a little bit careful with that. Let's have some fun. I'm going to repeat what was said, and I want you guys to guess or to identify who said it. In contrast, our lives just seemed humdrum. Who said that? You guys can unmute yourself and just yell out.
Christina.
Thank
Christina.
you. My vocabulary is now richer.
Ayu.
Ayu. Now, Ayu also said, I fall deep in love with Toastmasters. What she should have said or could have said was, I fell in love with Toastmasters, past tense. Wonderful speech. That was fun. I need to listen closely to them to know what is on their minds. Who said that?
Kunang.
Kanang said that. Very good. I'm not a doctor, but I am connected to the hospital.
Varatha.
Varatha.
You guys are doing good. Once, twice, 50, 100 times. Who said that?
Federico.
Yeah, that's a classic Federico. This was a very visual speech. I love that terminology.
Amy.
Amy said that regarding Christina's speech. Very nicely done. I love your organization, your dialogue, and especially your message.
Michelle.
That was Michelle. Who said you came back very strongly?
Nizar.
Nazar. And with that, I'm going to turn it back to Nazar, Mr. General Evaluator. It's all yours.
Thank you, Mr. Grammarian. You made your rules very simple, always, in a very simple way. And I liked how you integrate the listener rule with the grammarian rule, and you made a fantastic job, Mr. Tiger. Let me call on our counter, Samantha. Are you ready?
Thank you.
Over to you.
Thank you. Everyone did really well. A few things. Ayu had 1 repeat, and. Christina, 1 repeat. Ishchel, 4 ahs and 3 ums. Amy, 3 ums and 1 repeat. Varatha, 1 ah and 1 Akib, 1 and 1 so. Michelle, 1 repeat. Rukaya, 4 ahs and 4 ums. And that's all. Everyone did really well this time. Back to you.
Thank you. Sometimes less is more. Very accurate, precise, and short. Thank you very much, Samantha. And I'll keep the timer till the end. I'm going to give my report as a GE, and I'm going to start with, you know, I am not always attending early the meetings, but I had to because I'm the GE. And I saw Yasmin there 15 minutes earlier, preparing for the rules. And she, you know, sometimes outstanding is not a skill. It's a standard. She has a high standard. You could see her catching and working with Tiger, Ayu, and the rest of the team. She wants to make sure the quality of the meeting is as usual. You remind me with something. The way you do anything, the way you do everything. I joined many other clubs, and they are not serious because it's, you know, it's a voluntary work, and they have another paid work, etc. But Yasmin, you taught us a very good lesson. If you want to do it very well. So thank you for being serious about your role and prepare very well. It reflected highly as a VPE to the quality of the meeting. So thank you, and thank you to all of the ExCom, or to all of the ExCom. Another thing that I would joke about it, you know, it became 5:01, and Yasmin, it's 5:01. Michelle, it's 1 minute past the meeting, the hour. So it's like something, it's not negotiable to start late. And I could see other clubs, they are just waiting 15 minutes delay and just they are preparing. I couldn't see this in this eagerness in their eyes. So Well done on becoming very serious. Thank you, Ayu, as a president, for welcoming, very encouraging welcoming to the guests, to us as a members. And I would like to go to Melva. Melva, what I like about our club, we keep challenging our members. Melva today, a Toastmaster of today. Rukaya is an evaluator. Excel is a table topics. And I think most of them is nearly new to the rules. Melva, a Toastmaster of today is the one who steer the meeting, either to the high level or to the low level, because of their energy. And your energy were contagious in a very good way. Your energy was high. You commented, and after every speaker and if every rule, you were comfortable, confident. Well done. Would you agree with me? I'll go to the speakers. Very well done, 3 speeches, and I'll go after that to the table topics. Excel. That technology that you used, I think you are now competing with with Federico. I really like it. It's engaging and well done. I think this is your first time as a table topics master. Your questions were so engaging, and all the participants did very well. And I agree with Michelle, Federico. It's like I prepared this page for Federico. So well done, everybody, for that. For the evaluators, everyone have done very well. And I would say a room for improvements. I didn't observe a lot, but sometimes it's good to go back to basics. If we have, for example, a Zoom master, it might be you, Yasmin. I know you have multitasking, but if we have a Zoom master, so she or he could remind ourselves to rename our names, put the rules, so everyone could see and have clarity on that. Other than that, I wouldn't suggest someone to drive and giving a rule during the Toastmaster. I really like the meeting, and I think I'm past my time with this. Over to the Toastmaster of today, Melva.
All right, thanks Nizar for your praise. And wow, this meeting, I heard a lot of great experience and great story.
Thank
All
you,
right.
Melva, but sorry to forget that I didn't call on the timer.
Okay.
Just give me another 1 minute to call on Yasmin to give her time. I'm so sorry for that, Yasmin. Over to you.
Thank you for not leaving the timer out. And indeed, I'm excited to report that I managed to take the timings. Christina, first speaker, icebreaker, was 5 minutes, 33 seconds, so well within time. Ayu was 7 minutes, 45 seconds, so 15 seconds, Ayu, 15 seconds reminder. Kunang was 7 minutes, 19 seconds, so still within the time, because after 7 minutes, we get 30 seconds to wrap up. So she managed it well within the time. Amy, for the table topics, we had Amy 1 minute, 8 seconds, Vartha 2 minutes, 10 seconds, Federico 2 minutes, 11 seconds, and Javed for 2 minutes, 20 seconds. As an evaluator, Amy had 2 times she entered and re-entered. So Amy earlier was 1 minute, and then later she made it for 1 minute, 30 seconds. So she did it well within 3 minutes. For Michelle was 3 minutes, 13 seconds, and Rukaiya 1 minute, 15 seconds. It's important to know the timings for evaluation as well, because we know that evaluations, there are standard timings for 3 minutes for evaluations. Grammarian, he sort of was innovative, so I gave him the leverage to go beyond 1 minute. He went till 2 minutes, 17 seconds. Our counter respected the time for 1 minute, so Samantha was within 1 minute. General evaluator was 4 minutes, 20 seconds. and I'm exceeding by 41 seconds. I'm supposed to end in 1 minute. So it's 1 minute, 40 seconds. The timer is not keeping the time, but thank you and back to you.
Very precise as always. And with this, over to our dear Milva. Over to you.
Okay, thanks, Nizar. Well, everyone, before I hand over the meeting to Ms. Ayu, someone has request for us to say happy birthday. Was that? No. To say wish for her in native language. There is Mary, and today Mary is birthday. Today is her birthday, and she wants everyone to wish her in native language. Okay, start from me for selamat ulang tahun. Okay, my native language is Indonesia. I want to say selamat ulang tahun Mary. Saya harap kamu panjang umur, bahagia selalu. Okay, that's it. So next, who's next? Who is next?
Yeah, we have so many volunteers. Maybe the way we can do it is that we say our wish and we can choose the next person, and this way the chain continues. So I'm very excited to wish Mary. She is not able to join us. She might join us around 8 later on, but this was a wish that we could wish her in our native language, and she's definitely going to watch this recording. So Mary, here is the birthday wish to you all the way from India. Hey, here she is. Let's wait. She's just joining in.
Oh, Merry Christmas.
Hey, Mary. Mary's connecting to her audio.
Selamat ulang tahun, Mary. This is my wishes in Indonesia. Next is Yasmin.
Selamat ulang tahun.
Yeah.
Selamat ulang tahun.
Mary, Janamdin ki hardik shubhkamnaएं. It's my wish from India in Hindi. I give to Nizar.
كل سنة وأنت سالمة
Okay,
ماري.
good. I want to hear.
سنة حلوة يا ماري.
I love it.
I'm going to give Federico.
Okay.
Feliz cumpleaños, Mary. Espero tengas un gran día y tengas muchas sorpresas y pasteles.
Love it, love it.
I would like to nominate Kunan.
Thank you, Federico. ខ្ញុំជូនពរឲ្យ Marie មានសុខភាពល្អមានប្រាជ្ញាឆ្លាតវៃអាចដោះស្រាយបានគ្រប់បញ្ហាជោគជ័យក្នុងជីវិតសូមអរគុណ Thank you.
Next, Amy.
La Braha Honodet. I would say it to Ishel. Ishel?
Yes,
Okay.
in Oh, sorry, is it Ishel, Michelle?
Ishel, but I did it again. This is the second time I've done that.
Okay. Sorry, yes. Okay. Well, in Spanish also, I want to say, Mary, feliz cumpleaños, que te la pases de maravilla, que disfrutes mucho tu día. Felicidades.
Michelle.
Okay, in Tagalog or Filipino, Mary, it is magandang kaarawan. But I also speak Cebuano. So Cebuano is maayong araw, adlaw, maayong adlaw. Who else? Melva, Rukaya. Do you, Rukaya?
जन्मदिन की हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं. I pass it to Christina.
Happy birthday, Mary. Have a wonderful day. I'm going to pass over to Samantha.
Thank you. Happy birthday, Mary. I hope you have a great day today.
Thanks.
I will pass it to Tiger.
Thank you, Samantha. Mary, be very, very careful with all those candles. Happy birthday.
Quit.
Who? Go ahead,
quit.
Ayu. Who you pick the next one?
I quit.
Wish you all the success in the year ahead, Mary. Many, many happy returns of the day. Passing on to Ishel.
I think everybody said the language right. So to you, over to you, Yasmin.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm sure Mary is very happy.
I love it. You all made my birthday. Thank you so much. I am so happy. I'm sorry, I was swimming with my friend. I said, I have to get on. So as soon as I got out of the car. So thank you all so much. You made my birthday.
We share the excitement and thrill, Mary. We are very glad. We are very glad that we had this meeting on your very birthday. So this is also a very good experience, and this just reflects the diversity we have around. So thank you for making this making us realize like how much beautiful the diversity we have in our team. And now is the time for the next meeting.
I have to show you my t-shirt, my shirt my friend bought me. It says birthday girl. I don't know if it's backwards or not. So I had to tell everybody, today's my birthday. I love telling everybody it's my birthday. I love my birthday. So I thought that was fun. Sorry, back to you, Jeff.
Indeed, it is. I wish I could be so excited on my birthday. I had my birthday on 3rd August, Mary, but it is just that it's like, okay, we are happy. Through you, I felt as if everyone was wishing me equally. So thank you, everyone.
Well, I love my birthday so much.
More Augustine amongst us.
I love my birthday so much, I make it the whole birth month. One day is not enough to celebrate. So I am open for the whole birthday month for lunches, birthday cakes. I love my birthday. So happy birth month, Yasmin.
Same to you, and same to anyone amongst us who is also in you see, Ayu is also for August. So happy birth month to all of us.
Yasmin,
Let's
just adjourn the meeting first. So I would like to thank everyone. Please stick around because we are almost on the end of the meeting hours. Please stay around 5 more minutes for Yasmin to finish our club meetings. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Happy birthday, Mary, everybody. Meeting adjourned.